Our Dark Side of the Land podcast series continues with one of the darkest days in the history of Cleveland baseball. Brian Duffy joins us now with a look back, Brian, at 10-cent beer night.
Yeah, it was 50 years ago, Nikki, a lifetime in the history of the ball club. So much has changed for the better for the Indians and now the Guardians. But on this night in June of 1974, it was about as low as you could go. Jen Pachano and I worked together, invited guests to produce a look at that infamous night. Here's a preview. It may have been the darkest day of the dark ages of Cleveland Indians baseball.
Oh, this is absolute tragedy. Absolute tragedy.
For 3 decades, the 60s, 70s, and 80s, the Cleveland Indians averaged about 72 wins a season. And right in the middle of that 3-decade stretch of ineptitude came a drunken spectacle.
It was June 4th, 1974. If you're a fan, you know it as 10-cent beer night, a promotion a desperate organization hoped would draw a big crowd. Unfortunately, it worked.
The unbelievable thing is people keep jumping out of the stands after they see what's going on.
It led to something never seen before or ever again, a riot on the field during a Major League Baseball game.
Fueled by alcohol, hundreds, some will tell you over 1,000 people spilled onto the field during the game.
The Rangers and the Indians, who were fighting each other last week, are now standing back to back down there, and Tom Hilgendorf's been hit on the head, and Hilge is in definite pain. He's bent over holding his head. Somebody hit Hilgendorf on the head.
Tom Hilgendorf pitched for the Indians. It was that bad. He was attacked by his own hammered fans.
The game was called. The Indians forced to forfeit.
They now got another fight going with fans and ball players. Hargrove has got some kid on the ground, and he is really administering a beating. That fella came up and hit him from behind is what happened. Boy, Hargrove really wants a piece of him.
And for the podcast, Jen and I had a chance to talk to former Tribe skipper Mike Hargrove, who was a rookie first baseman with the Texas Rangers that night. We also spent a great deal of time with Scott Jarrett, who wrote a book about 10-cent beer night. And we hear from a fan, John Comperta, who gives us a firsthand perspective from someone who was at that ball game. Our Dark Side of the Land podcast series is now in its 5th season. You can listen to the Beer Night Riot along with other episodes on the 19 News website, mobile app, or wherever you get your podcasts. Nikki.